Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all safe and healthy. Today the car I'm taking a look at is thanks to Valan Hyundai, and thanks also to their marketing manager and showroom supervisor who worked with me and let me access this car. That's the 2021 Hyundai Sonata N Line. So let's not waste any more time and take a look at the car. So here's the 2021 Hyundai Sonata N Line, and before I start talking about the car, I just wanted to say that if you're watching my videos for the first time, don't forget to leave a like and comment down below, and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload a new video. My goal is to reach 1000 subscribers, so do help me out. So now let's talk about the car. So the Hyundai Sonata N Line is basically their N is the performance brand for Hyundai, like M is for BMW, S is for Lexus, and AMG is for Mercedes, and the N line model is basically what the M performance is. So that means a middle way between the standard models and the full power M models. Hyundai say they won't be making an N line N model for the Sonata, so this is the what we'll be getting. So in today's video we'll take a look at what are the changes in the 2021 Sonata N Line compared to the standard Hyundai. And the biggest change is obviously at the front, what you can see. So here you have the new grille for the N Line. Basically what they have done is blacked out the whole grille, and they have added these elements, and you have your N Line badge here, which looks really good. And what I like about this is that they have nicely hidden the radar sensors behind the Hyundai logo, and you have your camera here for the 360-degree backup assist and everything, and you have your parking sensors in the front. Then most of the grille is open to allow air to go into the engine, and this one also is open and functional. Then you have some side air intakes. These ones are closed off. They are meant for design purposes, but this vent over here on the side is totally functional. It helps to improve the aerodynamic efficiency of the car on the side and make the air go smoothly around the wheels. Then on the headlights, these are the top of the line headlights that Hyundai gives with the Sonata. So they are obviously all LED. Then one feature Hyundai is proud of is that this LED signature. You can see the flickering on the camera, so you know where the LED ends. So these are obviously the DRLs, which completely blend into the chrome trim up above over here. So that's something Hyundai is proud of. The indicators are integrated on this part of the LED DRL. Let me just show it to you. So here you can see the indicator is integrated into the lower DRL. So that's all on the front. Then what I'll do is I'll showcase the side now. So on the side, the model here in Saudi Arabia actually has 18-inch tires as standard on the N line. You get a 19-inch option on the like as an option, I mean, and these are on Pirelli P0s all-season tires. And these, like I said, are the 18-inch tires on 235 sections. Like these ones, actually these tires are very similar to the one you get on the standard Sonata on the high-end trims, but the 19-inch option which you get on the Sonata, like on the N line, which is basically an extra option which you can get here in Saudi Arabia, is basically also wider. That is a 245 section and a larger tire. I think the design looks much better of that. Also on the side you have this extra air vent, which is functional, and again it helps in the brake cooling and everything. So that's all there is. Then you have a nice N-line badge again over here. No fake vents around this area, and I think it looks really good because of that. Then at the side profile of the car is really nice, and it's a pretty long car in this mid-size segment. And you have your side mirrors in gloss black, which you get as standard on the N-line model. On the normal models you get them as body color. Then you have your camera system again for your 360 and blind spot assist, and you have your indicators here. Then like I said, that chrome trim where the DRL meets goes all the way across and comes back around and joins it here. People say, I've heard many people say that you know, they had to give it black, it would have looked better. But I think Hyundai didn't do that, because then it would have ruined the finish. They were going with the integrated hidden DRL, I mean. So that's all there is. The main difference between the N Line and the standard Hyundai is the engine. So let me just show that to you. So here's the engine bay of the Sonata. So N Line, I mean. So for the N Line, they have a totally new engine, and that's not actually new, but new for the Sonata line. So this is a 2.5 liter turbocharged engine, and this produces 290 horsepower and around, let me just give it a check, I have it written, and it produces 421 Newton meters of torque or 311 pound-feet, and it is attached to an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, and it is developed by Hyundai totally in-house. They have not outsourced the transmission from any other supplier. And also the dual clutch is like something also AMG uses. It's a wet clutch dual clutch system. So basically what a wet clutch means, that all the clutches in the gearbox are covered in oil, which helps in smoother gear shifts. So that's what they have done over here. So as you can see, you have your air intakes here, then you have your turbocharger over here, and that's all there is to show in this. So like I said, with the power this thing produces, they say Hyundai, according to their Korean website, can do around 6.2 seconds 0 to 100. Car and Driver magazine, which is in North America, they have done the same thing, like 0 to 60, which is 96 km per hour in 5 seconds. So what I think is the real world testing, like Car and Driver have their own track for testing. In real world, what you can expect is you can get around 5.5 to 5.7 seconds 0 to 100. And considering this one is on narrower tires, the 18-inch ones, this might be a bit slower. But if you get the 19-inch ones with the basic, with the wider tire and some performance tires, I think you will get that time, which like 5.5 around that. So that's all, like I said. One thing Hyundai is very proud of on the Sonata design language, on this 8th gen especially, is the way the hood line comes all the way across to the grille. Because of that, there is no shut line across the front of the body, and it looks nice and cohesive because of that. Now let's take a look at the rear. So like I said, I was coming back to the rear side of the car, and the rear wheels are again the same size as the front and on the same tire. So at the rear, there is one thing which I don't like. That's this vent over here. They could have opened it up and made it functional, but for some reason they decided to make it fake, and because of that, it interrupts the design a bit. Then at the back of the Hyundai Sonata, there are interestingly, there is no N Line badge across the rear of the car. I don't know why, but at the rear they have this black decklit spoiler, which is integrated pretty nicely. And the Hyundai Sonata actually launched with this design of the tail lamps, and it has these vortex generators, which essentially cleans up the air that comes from the top, and again it helps in the aerodynamic efficiency of the car. Then this part is similar as the normal Sonata, and most of them who don't know, the trunk lid button is right in integrated into the Hyundai logo, and you press that and it opens up. So you have a pretty nice wide opening, and you have around 453 liters of space, which is on par with its competition. So the competition of this car includes, let me just show you one thing. You also get a full-size spare wheel at the back, and you have nice wide openings. You also have these tabs which help in folding down the rear seats, and they fold 60-40. So the competition of this car, like I was saying, is the Toyota Camry TRD, the Honda Accord Sport 2-liter turbo, and you also have its sister brands Kia K5 GT. I like the looks of the Kia much better, but essentially they both are the same car, Kia K5 GT and the Sonata. It just depends on you what brand you like. Then, like I said, Sonata badge sitting proudly in the center, and you have your backup camera over here. Then the main changes are on this side over here, and you get a black bumper. On normal Sonatas they are in body color, but here you get a black. Then you have a small diffuser, it's just an aesthetic diffuser, it's not a functional one. Then you have proper quad exhaust, two on each side over here. So that's all to show in the back on exterior of the car. One thing I wanted to show you is the color of this paint. It's dark gray, but it's metallic, so you can see how nice it looks in the sunlight over here. So now I think that's all there is to show on the exterior of the car. One thing I forgot to show on the side, you have these side skirts or rocker panels, and they are a bit wider than the standard Sonata over here, and they help the car look a bit lower. On the suspension side, they haven't changed much. Like it's not an adaptive suspension system, it's basic coil spring, but they have made it stiffer, and they have also quickened the steering a bit just to make it handle better and feel a lot better while you are steering it. So now let's not waste any more time and get to the interior. But before we get to the interior, I'll also put in a clip of the exhaust notes. So after that, I'll meet you in the interior. Okay, so let's start with the interior of the car. So one thing I don't like about the N Line is that the full interior is in grey color. They could have given an option of another color like full red, but they have given it all grey. Maybe in the next model year they might introduce that. So let's start with the door trim. So the door trim is soft touch over here, and these are plastics, but they are pretty nice and soft touch. Then you have your memory seat controls here with the Bose sound system you get as standard in the N Line. Then on the standard Sonata you get this in chrome, but here it's in black or darkened chrome, and it blends pretty nicely with the door handle over here. Then you have leather on this side, I believe. I think, yeah, that's leather. And you have red stitching across it. Then again you have your armrest in leather, pretty soft, and the handle is integrated over here. So because of that, the design of the door is very clean. And again you have some more red stitching. Then you have your controls for your window switches, and these are automatic all the way for the front passengers, and the rear passengers it's not automatic. Then what you have is your controls for your side mirrors, and also it does have power folding mirrors, and also you can see the blind spot logo assist over there. And this is all there is on this part. Then again you have your Bose system here, and you have some storage spaces here. It's not a big storage space, but you can store some things in this. And down here is hard plastics, but that's okay. Then on the side sill you have Sonata written. It's not illuminated, but you have that. It's a nice cool thing in the interior. And then we come to the seats. So for the N Line, the seats they have new sport seats which are in Napa leather and a suede material in the middle. So because of this, it holds you better in the seat while you're doing some spirited driving. So these are electrical power adjusted, and you have your backrest adjustment here and here. Then this one is for your side bolsters. They are inflatable, so that means you can open them up or tighten if your body frame is smaller, and if your body frame is big, you can open the side bolsters so that you fit better. And on the seats, like I said, these are the sport seats. You get your N logo here, and again you have some red stitching and piping across, and you have a headrest in leather with the stitching. So that's all there is. Okay, so now let's take a seat inside the car and I'll talk about the interior. Okay, so let's talk about the interior of the car, and let's talk about the changes for the Sonata N Line first. So the first change is on the steering wheel. It's the same steering wheel you get on the standard Sonatas, but this one is nicely wrapped in leather. Again, the same grey leather across the way interior. And you have solid leather here. You have your perforated leather on this side, and the chrome trim on here is darkened again for that sporty look, and you have your N logo on this side. Then also, if you can see, let me just zoom in properly. Okay, you can't. Okay, there you go. That's the aluminum pedals you get. Also the dead pedal is in aluminum for the Sonata N Line. You don't get that on the standard ones. Then you have your 12-inch digital gauge cluster. This car also has an heads-up display. So let me just zoom in. Sorry for the location for while filming, but you have your heads-up display right in your line of sight. You can see that. Then that's all there is on that new features. I have seen some videos, and the American markets don't get that heads-up display. Some features have been taken in this car is from the Korean market, and the highest specification of N Line you can get is also in the Korean market. In other markets they have cut corners in some areas. So now let's talk about the dash quality. So the dash quality is again nice soft touch. Then you have another soft touch leather material here with the red stitching. You have your 10.25 inch display here. Then you have your air vents, which are nice and slim all the way, even on this side, nice and slim. I like the design of them. Then you have your hazard button on this side. So now let me just talk about the display first. So as standard, something new for the N line is these gauges, and you have, let me just zoom in so I can show it to you clearly. So these gauges are the oil temperature. You have your torque meter and your boost pressure meter for your turbocharger, and when I rev it, you can see it goes up. That's there. Then what else we have is so this is also your meter for showing your fuel efficiency. Then you have your range and your temperature and your odometer here. You have your, again, coolant temperature, I mean engine temperature here, and that's for your fuel on that side. And this part shows you what gear you are in. And if you want to change the displays in the middle, you can do that by pressing this button on the steering wheel. And when I press that, this shows you when you know the safety systems are on, and like the lane keep assist and all that stuff. Then you can go for a compass while the navigation is on, it will show up here. Then you have like the different contents you can go through. So let me just show you. Okay, there you go. Tire pressure, attention level, and all your different accumulated information is over here. You can press OK for resetting that, and then back to the gauge. Also you have your drive selector here. I wanted to show that. And when you change your drive modes, you get animations. So this one is currently in comfort, and when I go up, like not comfort, actually normal, when you go into sport, you get these gauges which have a carbon fiber background on them and some different fonts, and you have some all the red accenting around that. And when you rev, you can see how that needle moves up. That's like that. And then you have Sport Plus, in which traction control is disabled, and you have custom. But in custom, you go back to these gauges which you get in normal. This system does not have that feature where you can customize the gauges you want specifically, or like if you are in normal but you like the sport gauges, you can keep that. This one does not have that function for now. Then let me just go back into normal and stay there for now. Then let's talk about the steering wheel. So the steering wheel feels really nice and light in your hands, and while turning also it feels easy. Many people are saying that they would have loved a 3-spoke steering wheel. Even I would have loved that, but with the job they have done in designing the steering wheel, making it look sporty, I'm happy with it. Then you get the paddle shifters, again in the black chrome, for this 8-speed transmission. Then you have a light control. Something I like is the knurled effect on this side. It makes it feel premium because of that. So you have your light controls and indicators here. You have your wiper controls on this side. Then on the steering wheel itself, you have your voice assistants, you have your mode, you have your volume controls, call if you want to pick up or just hang up. Then you, like I showed you, this button is for controlling the gauges. Then you have your cruise control, and all the other safety systems are here. And then on the side, this is for your gauge cluster. This increases the brightness for the gauge cluster. This is for that. Then you have your safety system like lane keep assist. Then this is to open the trunk. This is to switch off all the safety systems. And this is your handbrake here. Okay, so that's done. Now let's take a look at the central screen. So like I said, it's a 10.25 inch screen. You have your shortcut buttons on the side, like for the map, radio, media, etc. everything. You have your volume controls here, and then as standard you get these 3 tiles on the screen, but then you can either press this, not this, okay, sorry. Okay, so you swipe across and it shows you all your contents. So you have your map, which showcases a nice big map across this. You have your also Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is standard on this car. So you have navigation, phone, radio, media. You have sounds of nature, which basically helps in calming you down. And here in Saudi Arabia, you get a Qibla compass, so that it allows you to know, where, in which direction you can pray properly. Then you have your voice memo, settings, manual, and that's all there is. In settings, you have a lot more stuff you can do. And you go in vehicle, you can configure your heads-up display, your driver assistance, your drive modes. Like the custom drive mode, you can set that up. Then this is your climate controls. You go into lights, you have your ambient light controls, and you can change the brightness also. And right now it's at its full brightness. Then you can also change the color. Now right now let me just keep it to something which I can show it to you clearly. Let's keep it in blue or ice blue. I think ocean blue will be better. I'm not sure if it shows up. I don't think so it shows up properly here. Yeah, that's an issue because it is a pretty dark. I mean it's pretty bright outside, so because of that the this thing is not shown properly. It's not pretty bright like other cars. They could have made it a bit brighter, but in the night it looks good. Then that's all there is in this lights. Then you have your door auto unlock system, then the digital cluster, you can customize it a bit. Then you have seat controls and all that. So that's all there is in this. And you have your general settings, display settings and all that. It's the same system basically you get in the normal Sonata. Then we come to the climate control, and in the climate control you have your temperature controls here, and then also you have 3-stage auto. You can press this control here and it changes the fan speed according to that. So let me just lower the fan speed so that the microphone doesn't pick that up. Then you have a button to switch that off. In American markets and Korean market you get a heated steering wheel button right here. Then you have your all the climate controls, like I said, this for your ventilation, this for your fan speed. Your this one has cooled seats also and heated seats for both the passenger and the driver. Then all the other settings are here, and this one, it's a bit bright, but again you can sync them up by pressing that, and it syncs both the climate control systems on both the passenger and the driver side. So one thing I don't like, it is in gloss black. It's a fingerprint magnet and dust magnet, so you'll have to keep constantly cleaning it. Then down here I have the key. So the key has basic functions: lock, unlock, hold for the trunk, and this is to hold, and I think this is for remote start. One feature they have removed from the standard Sonata is the auto park function. You had buttons which you could press and the car would move forward and back, so that's that. Then you have your 12-volt socket here, you have your Qi wireless charger, you have your USB, and you have charging. So this one is for fast charging, and this one is basically where you connect your phone for using the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This system does not have wireless. Hyundai say that this system is capable of, because it's similar to the one that Elantra N Line has, and that has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So maybe in the future update they might give that. Then this is the wireless charging pad, and it's ventilated so that your phone doesn't get too hot. You have some space here, and it's rubberized so that nothing goes flying off. Then in the middle you have your cup holders, and this space you can keep your phone so that it doesn't rattle around. Then you have a gear selector. People are very sad about the shifter, but I think it looks fine. And when you press D, you can see how the light moves across all the way as if you are physically changing the gear. So when I press that, it goes like that, and you press parking, it goes like that way. So that's nice. Then yeah, like I showed you, the cup holder. The cup holder area has a bit of a different texture or finish compared to this gloss black. I think that would have looked better on this side also, because this gloss black, it just looks dirty. As you can see, it's already pretty dirty now. Then you have your N logo here. Then on this model here in Saudi Arabia, we get this parking assist and your camera view. So let me just show you the camera view. Let me go back into D, press this, and you get your camera view. This means it has a 360 degree. When I move the steering wheel, you can see the guidelines move also. Then you have, that's for the front camera. Then this shows your top down view. Then this shows you your wheel view. When I turn the wheel, you can see that over there. Then you have your rear camera. That's you get for this. Let me just go into reverse, and it will show you some different camera views also. Like this is for the rear wheels, and that's all the functions you get here. So that's all. Then like I showed you, this is your driving mode button, your auto hold. This is a blank button. Then you have your central armrest, which is nice and soft, and again with the red stitching. So you open that, and you have a lot of space inside. You can keep nice amount of stuff, and I like how they have recessed this part just so you can get to the catch over here. And let me just show you the glove box. It's nice and big, and currently all the manuals are in that. So that's there. That's all. And also now let me just show you the rear view mirror on this side. It's not frameless like the ones I like, but it's the standard one you get in the Sonata. Then you have your button for your blinds at the back. That means those blinds, when I press that button, you see the blind comes up. Then you have your lights here, they are LED. Then you have your button for the door lights. You also, like I said, I have a full length panoramic sunroof, and to close that or open it, you can use this button here. Let me just close it for now. And that's all there is to show in the front actually. So now what we'll do is, let's go at the back and I'll show you the rear seat space. Okay, so guys, I just wanted to show you the launch control, how you engage it. So you have to be in drive and sport plus, and you have to hold this button to disengage all the safety systems. So you have to remove, also disengage the parking brake, put your foot on the brake and you press the brake all the way, and then you hit the throttle and you can see the launch control is active. And you can use these cruise control settings to adjust the launch RPM. So that's all I wanted to show it to you. So rear seat, again you have basically the same design for the door trim, same materials. They have not cheaped out here. On the Korean markets you get heated seat controls on this side over here on the door trim. Here we don't have that, and I don't think we need that because it gets really hot here. Then you have your manual sunshades or privacy shades, and then that's all there is. Let's take a seat inside now. So one thing I do like about the Sonata is that it has a good amount of space, even for a mid-size sedan. And now I'm 6'4" and I'm directly sitting behind my driving position, and I'm more than comfortable enough. So also my head is touching a bit. If I sat a bit down, I could easily pass off in the passenger. Like I can easily have no problem while riding. So just a little bit of amount is left. My hair is brushing across the headliner. But one thing I like, Hyundai has done that they have, let me just show it to you here. They have scooped out this place just so that you have a bit more headroom. Then this seat, passenger seat, I wanted to show you, has some features. So this, you can move it physically from here. From like the backrest and everything, and if you want to recline the seat you can do that also, just so that you can create a bit more space for the rear passenger. Then basically the seat at the back is also similar to the one in the front. You have suede on the middle, you have your Nappa leather on the sides with the red stitching, and also the headrests are that way. Then you have your lights on this side. Let me just switch it on and show it to you like that. And you have some pockets here, or nets actually, on the driver's side and also on the passenger side. In some markets, like the American market, I've seen the videos, they don't have the passenger side nets. I don't know why. Then you have your two air vents at the back. This one has just 2-zone climate control, not a 4-zone or 3-zone. Then you have one USB socket for charging. They could have given 2. It has the space for 2, but I don't know why. Then at the back you have an armrest. Let me just move it down. And this is an armrest style which I like, because the cup holders don't impede into the middle of in your elbow space, and you can comfortably keep your hand. And it's a nice size armrest. And that's all there is to show at the back, I think. So guys, that was the video on the 2021 Hyundai Sonata N Line. Hope you enjoyed it a lot, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like and comment down below, as it helps my channel to be recommended to a wider range of audience. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload new videos. And I upload every week on Sundays. So thanks for watching guys. Bye bye. See you in the next video.